Hi guys, welcome to the Fight Age channel. A holiday has come for boxing fans. Alexander Usyk got the fight he dreamed of. Anthony Joshua, the world heavyweight champion in all major versions except the WBC, still accepted the Ukrainian's challenge. The match will be held in London at the Tottenham Stadium on September 25. Now let's see if this is really a fight for Alexander that he needs. Usyk wanted the fight with Joshua so much that he refused to even consider other options. He was offered Joe Joyce, the British Olympic medalist, who was not defeated in the pro knockout, but Usyk decided not to exchange money. Although it would have been a great test in front of other, stronger and more status Englishmen, but the Ukrainian team decided that he was ready. Malik Scott, the coach of the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion American Deontay Wilder, admitted that he considers the most dangerous opponent for his word, the Briton Dillian Whyte. According to the coach, Whyte's appearance is deceptive with a small stature. Dillian has an impressive arm span, which together with a strong blow makes him a dangerous fighter. Ukrainian fighter Alexander Usyk got the fight he had been waiting for so long. He will hold his next fight against Anthony Joshua, but there was no without a case of chance. Initially, Joshua was supposed to fight against Tyson Fury, but because of the Wilder scandal, their fight had to be cancelled. As a result, Fury will fight against Wilder and Usyk got a fight against Anthony. Fair enough. Maybe not, but that's the reality. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I am trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Malik Scott, the coach of the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion American Deontay Wilder, admitted that he considers the most dangerous opponent for his word, the Briton Dillian Whyte. According to the coach, Whyte's appearance is deceptive with a small stature. Dillian has an impressive arm span, which together with a strong blow makes him a dangerous fighter. In my opinion, the most dangerous opponent for Deontay in the heavyweight division is Whyte, because his appearance is deceptive. He seems to be shorter than he really is, and the same with his arm span. Besides, he has a very heavy punch. The punches that you showed the war of in a fight with him are a jab and a hook. Look at him, his arms are longer than they seem. They hang almost to his knees. It is very difficult to box with him as a poet. You think that you are keeping him at your distance and you are safe, but in fact you are at his arm's length, Scott said. Anthony Joshua will clarify Alexander's prospects in the heavyweight once and for all. Usyk himself has not yet given detailed comments. He said only 3 words. The road will be mastered by the walking one. The only one who doesn't look too happy with the fight is Anthony Joshua. He didn't hide that he wanted to box with Tyson Fury for the title of absolute world champion. But he chose the third fight with Deontay Wilder, so Anthony had to agree to fight with the Ukrainian. I have to take the fight with Usyk seriously. He will definitely be well prepared for our fight and will fight to the end. This is what I need. I would love to box for the title of absolute champion, but now I have to move on and not live in the past, Joshua said and expressed hope that he will meet Fury or Wilder in the next fight. The chances are not zero. The main question for Usyk's fan is whether he is ready for a fight with Joshua. There may be doubts about this, at least for the reason that Alexander had only one fight in the heavyweight with Derek Chisora. The fight with Charles Witherspoon doesn't count, because the opponent there was absolutely not of that level. Chisora is a very experienced boxer, but he has never reached the elite, and with him Usyk had a huge number of problems. He won by unanimous decision, but the fight was actually almost equal. Usyk took 7 or 8 rounds, but only 2 or 3 from the bottom for a clear advantage. The rest of the time there was an equal struggle, in which Chisora was often sharper, and what is no less important, Chisora looked like a giant against the background of Usyk. This is despite the fact that Usyk is 3 centimeters higher. It's scary to even imagine how small Alexander will seem against the background of a 2-meter Joshua. But at the same time, Alexander still has a chance to win. He has strength that he can help him in this, speed and very tricky movement around the ring. He can make it very difficult for Joshua to hit him. In addition, the Briton has a couple of weak points. In particular, he is not very dangerous at a long distance. He made all knockouts on the approach at the medium and short distances. Usyk just always knew how to keep his rivals out there. But we will talk in more detail about the chances immediately before the fight. In the meantime, we can say that Usyk got what he dreamed of, the opportunity to become a world heavyweight champion. If he wins this fight, he will become one of the greatest boxers of all time, the absolute world champion in cruisers and the champion in weights in 3 main versions. This is already a legend for all time. He is just 1 fight away from that. But it will be the most difficult fight in his life, with a huge margin. Alexander Usyk also left a comment on what is happening. I'm glad that I was given this opportunity, and I will meet the expectations of the organization. I'm going to knock out Joshua in the first half of the fight. If everything does not go according to plan, then the victory by decision will definitely be mine. There is no doubt that he is a strong fighter. That's why they gave it to me. But I always cope with difficulties on my way. It will be cool. The fight is scheduled for September 25. I will be in the best shape of my entire career. Usyk is terrible underdog, and this is not surprising. Most recently, he moved to the heavyweight division and didn't have time to gain experience in the professional ring in the body of a heavyweight. But he won the last fight very confidently. Joshua himself is not happy with such a confrontation. In a fight with Tyson Fury, he would have received a lot of money that would have provided more than 1 generation for life. He will not receive such money for a fight with a Ukrainian fighter. This is not such a loud fight, but it will still collect the cash register. Alexander is already ready to start the training camp and do a trim-down job. If he wins, he will go down in history as one of the toughest boxers in history, who even after changing the division was able to conquer the peaks. What to expect from Joshua in a fight with Usyk? Being the favorite, Anthony will take the center of the ring from the first seconds and will show complete relaxation, irritating the opponents with a pretty smile. It is he who will begin to spin the first attacks, as he understands that Usyk clearly doesn't want to stumble upon one of his guns during a round of exploration. Joshua's chances of winning. Bookmakers see the Briton as the undisputed favorite, but do not think that these fights will end in the first few rounds. Usyk has excellent composure and is able to slow down his attacks for a couple of rounds to save energy or adjust the gameplay. However, Joshua's dangerous sideways and jabs can seriously spoil his plans. The chances of boxers in this fight are equal. The Briton gets only a small advantage due to speed, physical data and pressure. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.